Welcome to this fast free edition of Introduction to Web Building. Our first question is something along the lines of, what is a website? Well, a website is a set of web pages served from a web domain, and websites are hosted on machines called web servers. So web servers are really just computers found on the internet or connected to the internet. The main page in a website is called a home page. So we can see a couple of examples of home pages. Let's check out yahoo.com. Yeah, so yahoo.com is the home page to a company which is also called Yahoo. Other pages in a website or a web application are usually called sub-pages. For instance, we can go into a mail. So if you have a mail account on Yahoo, you can easily access that sub-page. So if we click back here, we can go back to our home page. Now, you'll notice that when you're on a home page or a website, there are a bunch of clickable pieces of text. For example, when I just move my mouse or cursor over any of these, for instance, on the right hand side, you see trending now, I can click Monica Lewinsky and have access to her. Well, not in that kind of way, but this is what we call a hyperlink. Now, this is how we connect from one page to another page. Web pages are written in a language called Hypertext Markup Language, or HTML in short. And we are going to see how to access HTML. So I'm using a browser called Chrome, and if I right click any point of this page, I'll be given a list of options. Some of these options include maybe opening it up in a new tab, or maybe copying the piece of text. But the thing we're going to look out for is something called the Web Inspector. And what this does is it provides us with a way of seeing the code that actually produced or generated this website. Now, after right-clicking, I can click the word Inspect Element. And in just a moment, you will see something separate our screen into two parts. So now let's try that again. Okay, so you see this section of this website, and you'll see this bunch of words here. Okay, you can notice that when I just mouse over, my whole web page is highlighted. Now, if I just expand this, I'll look at our website or our HTML markup. It is split up into two. Now, you need a piece of text to define different parts of a web page. For instance, something called the head section of a website, and there's a body section. So the head section is usually where we put in things like the title of this website. So we can look for the title. Usually that's the title, and what that means is it's the title of this web page. Okay, these other links like meta are all pieces of information that describe what Yahoo is all about, and we can look at that at much deeper level later on. This small baby here, script, is how we put in another programming language into our web page. That programming language is called JavaScript, and it is not related to another language called Java. It's just a web scripting language. Another thing that you'll see a lot is the style. Now these words that are in purple are just the tags or the elements. Okay, awesome. So let's close our head and see what our body looks like. Now our body is the crust, it's the fullness of this website. So you'll notice that there are other elements within it. div, or the div element, defines a small section of a page, and you'll notice that, for example, when I highlight here, there's that small specific part that's kind of been highlighted out, and if I go into another one, I'll be able to see something else highlighted. You can see when I just mouse over the masthead, so div here with something called an ID, which is a way of identifying pieces of this page. And yeah, that's how we split up our web pages. We'll look at these in detail in a later stage. So what does HTML do, or Hypertext Markup Language do? HTML, or Hypertext Markup Languages, instruct web browsers on what kind of information to display and how to form it or format it. So web pages or pieces of text like this that you see here are usually stored in a server. Now server space is sold and maintained by a bunch of hosting providers, and you can very quickly start a website and save stuff there. Awesome. Our next topic will be about how to design a website, and we'll look at ways one can get inspired to build websites. Well, thank you for tuning in for this first section. Looking forward to seeing you in the next.